Early in the morning, traffic jam starts heating up as early as 7. Now, Olive Monica Najuma gives you the traffic updates this particular moment.
And it is for that very reason it rained that we are starting off in Kawempe, because I know that this is one of the busiest routes we have that lead to the heart of town. And starting off on Kawempe, which you may also call the Kampala Bombo Road or Kampala Gulu Highway. Yes, there is actually it is surprisingly smooth. The biggest parts of the road today are smooth. I see smooth flow of traffic for the biggest part in Kawempe. As you can see there on your screen, it shows that traffic flow in Kawempe is mostly smooth. There are a few orange zones over there that indicate a traffic buildup, but I was expecting to find deep red zones. So it means that today, if you're coming from that side of town, you're actually in luck. Now, looking at some of the roads that join the main Kampala Gulu Highway in Kawempe, like Kawempe Lugoba Road, they are feeding into the main road, but also those ones look smooth today. If you look at Kawempe Lugoba right there, it has smooth flow of traffic. Now, looking at Kawempe Chula Road, which is also another feeder road that feeds into the main road, it also looks smooth. There is a bit of an orange zone there, which is indicative of some traffic trying to build up for quite some time, but still it shows that yeah, maybe it is the orange zone is brought about by the fact that they are joining the main road, so it doesn't look bad at all. Now, moving along still in Kawempe, you can see that traffic flow over there is still quite smooth for a morning where it has rained. Now, some orange zones are starting to build up a bit as you proceed to Waise area. I see a red zone over there around Kawempe branch as you're finishing, around Kawempe as you're finishing the tail end of it and joining Waise. There is a bit of a red zone there and then an orange zone there, but still after that there is smooth flow of traffic in the area. Now let's push it and move ahead to areas of Waise and see how those look like, because it looks like Kawempe today is mostly smooth overall. Now I see orange zones trying to build up still in the area of Mbogo Road. We are still in the area of Kawempe, and around Kawempe police station there is a little bit of traffic building up over there. And as you continue along, now the red zones become a bit more, but I'm not seeing any red zones yet, meaning traffic flow is still smooth in this area. Now, as you approach Waise, you're going to find some orange zones. I see traffic coming in from Naweru Road, feeding into the main road in Waise. Now, after Naweru Road, this intersection of Naweru Road, there are now orange zones on both sides of the road. That means people coming from the side of Kampala or from the side of Sir Apollo Kagwa Road or Kubiri and going to the ends of Kawempe, Kagoma, Maganjo. There is some bit of traffic over here. But now if you're heading to town, there are deep red zones here which indicate that there is a huge traffic as you approach the Waise roundabout. Around here, you may lose some time. There is actually huge traffic also coming through from the side of the bypass. That is the side I think that comes in from Nansana joining Waise roundabout. There is a huge traffic around this area, and if we are to look at the other roads surrounding the roundabout, there is some traffic that is still coming from the roundabout going to Kubiri areas, and of course there is traffic going ahead to Sir Apollo Kagwa Road. Now, I want us to follow Sir Apollo Kagwa Road and see how it is this morning. And apart from the little traffic that is around the roundabout, the other parts of Sir Apollo Kagwa Road seem to have smooth flow of traffic up to some point. Now, there are a few sections that have red zones over here and some orange zones that indicate traffic building up, and again other red zones indicating that now the traffic has really built up and you might be delayed for a bit on the road. But as we continue ahead, we find green zones. If you're going to the side of Waise, there is smooth flow of traffic. But if you're headed to the side of Sir Apollo Kaga Road, maybe you want to branch off at that intersection around Full Gospel Church and go to Wandegea, you may find some bit of traffic there. Now there is traffic, looking at the feeder roads surrounding Sir Apollo Kagwa, there is a Nafumbambi Road, and the traffic flow there is smooth. But as it joins Grand Global Lane, there is a bit of traffic jam that is building up. Now back to Sir Apollo Kagwa Road, there is a traffic jam, yes, like I expected, around Makere Hill traffic lights. But if you're coming from the areas of Nankulabye, there is smooth flow of traffic around that area, so you will only encounter traffic jam at Makere Hill traffic lights. Now if you're heading to the areas of Wandegea, let's have a look at that and see how it goes. There is overall smooth flow of traffic up until you reach Makere University main gate. There you will find some bit of traffic jam, but after that there is smooth flow of traffic, and then you join the roundabout or the intersection in Wandegea Trading Center. Now looking at Haji Musa Kasule Road, there is smooth flow of traffic coming in, and if you're going to the areas of Molago, there is also a smooth flow of traffic. If you're going to the areas of town, I see smooth flow of traffic along Bombo Road, so you should be getting to where you're going in record time. Thank you so much for keeping it UBC GMU. This has been the traffic update for this morning. So if these are the routes you're plying, overall it looks good. There isn't intense traffic like we had predicted because of the rains. I hope that by the time you get onto the road, that the traffic flow may still be smooth so that you don't lose much time. My name is Olive Monica Najima. We'll be right back.
Of the day on UBC. Was brought to you by
MTN Momo Pay is the easy way to pay. Dial *165*3# or use the MTN Momo app. You don't need cash. MTN Momo Pay is safe and free.
Are you passionate about a healthy living and wealth generation for your household? Learn how you can easily tap wealth and health from Mother Nature using science and technology. Omukenkufu Nyanzi Julius Echuma Chiwagala Chuma has written a knowledge-packed book, Money Grows on Trees, Sente Zimera Committee. Grab your copy today at 20,000 shillings only at Prof Bio Research Equatorial Mall, Aristoc Booklex branches, Acacia Mall, Garden City, Kampala Road, and Jumia, Uganda. Or call 0703-152-152 for deliveries. Remember, Money Grows on Trees, Sente Zimera Committee book is autographed by Omukenkufu Nyanzi Julius himself.
Nubanyita kana yinita says Nwagaba, commercial officer, Abwantunga District Government.
I am Sez Nwagaba, the commercial officer for Ntungamo Local Government. I express my gratitude to God for this platform and the Emiuga initiative brought to us by His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, as it has positively transformed the lives of the people in Ntungamo, whom I have known for a long time. When you visit the beneficiaries of this program, you can easily witness the significant positive changes in their lives. The audit report demonstrates that despite their leader being deaf and blind, profits are being made, highlighting how this program has actively engaged and evolved every individual. Initially, we received 2,650 million Uganda shillings. Each constituency received 530 million Uganda shillings. I would like to express my gratitude to this platform for providing us with the opportunity to share information about the Emyoga program. Our special thanks go to the President for initiating the program, and additionally, I would like to mention that there are numerous similar projects in Rubare and Ntungamo.
Amaina gange ndi namaganda Mariamu Monda myoga jaida emyoga ejitandika okuida nafunamu esente bampa yakakairako esente bwe bampa akakairako esente nayiye ekyokukola nasookera ku mutyere omutyere gwapanga beeyi naguvwako nanoonya omwana twageddaga n'amagezi nagema esente edo namuga yaje yagula supeya muno pikipiki ne obugaali buti saa eno ndi kuyiiya okuleeta ebyuma ebimala ku bwena abakabiri bampaireyo ku esente nakuba okunoonya y'abaana babeegeresenga gano okukanika ki pikipiki era bali kujja mpolampola nga bakanika era esente bwe tunaaba tudifuna nenda kwongera mu maani mu sente bwenaaba ndifunye twongeremu ntewo bizinensi emala nenda okwebaza gavumenti egiira okutulowoozaako niife abagansi mu kyalo okufuna esente kuba twalinga n'esente nga tulumukira mu banka bugiri buti baida ku numba ng'eno najjayo ku baida ku numba baida kutaa ku bigandiiko aye dino tutwalayo mpolampola nenda okwebaza gavumenti olw'okulowooza ku nsonga eyo mukama abawa omukisa.
UBC is the national public broadcaster. We educate, inform, entertain, and inspire our audiences. You can watch us on free-to-air channel 001, DSTV channel 282, GoTV channel 371, Star Times channel 201, Zuku TV channel 20, and Azam TV channel 350. Even when your subscription expires, you can still watch UBC for free on your pay TV platforms.
Amaina gange ndetibona Kiranda Amina mu company Air Web Uganda Limited ndi member. Wemba member company eno weyeida twalinga tutuli bulungi ng'abakyala abe wakawaka. Ng'abakyala abe wakawaka tuemera ku baami baife nga bonkana abajamu nanda nga twidi nti abakyala tebakozesa ki nanda. UN Women weyeida yatuteekateeka yatwegesa okulunda engege ng'abakyala. Twatandika beno okudulunda n'okudirisa n'okolaki. Twafunamu ng'abakyala aba Bugiri district. Abakyala ba Bugiri district sofa tuli abakyala 14 abakola project eya web. Abakyala 14 twayawula mu sectors. Mulimu abakyala ba production abalisa mwaba abakyala ba validation abongera engege omutindo bayongera ku omutindo twaba n'abakyala ba harvesting aba harvestinga twaba n'abakyala abakola aba marketing sector dona diri trained era didi kyedikola ki kyedikola project eno tufunyemu ng'abakyala government yaife ne ya Uganda njebaza okujja kujanga batulingirira mu ng'abakyala abana Uganda eri kujanga eturobingira ebibiina bingi. We have UWeb, baleta parish development model, we have myoga, byona biri kwida muki mu bakyala oba mu bantu abaki aba Uganda.
A lovely morning to you and many thanks for keeping it with us here on UBC TV. It is fairly a lovely morning, I must say. Not so much rain. I don't know where you are. You know Uganda, gifted by nature. It could be maybe raining cats and dogs in a particular part of this country. At least for here, where we are at Nile Avenue and a bit of the surrounding divisions that make up Kampala, the 5, it isn't raining as of now. So excuses may be limited, get out of that bed, get to your workplace. I'm Robert Chirabo, and thank you for being with us. Now, this morning, we are going to be handling matters of health. And to be more particular, we'll be discussing and ensuring that we create more awareness regarding hydrocephalus and spinal bifida. Now, have you heard of this? Well, in case you've never heard of such, I don't want to call them a disease, but the technical person I have will be explaining more of that. But globally, every 25th of October, which will be Wednesday next week, the world recognizes and celebrates the International Day of Hydrocephalus and Spinal Bifida to create awareness about this condition. I think let me use the word, this condition that affects many children. Well, on set, I have Olive Nabidio, who happens to be working with Kataria Mwashasha Home in partnership with Saul, and she's an occupational therapist and a coordinator for children with spinal bifida and hydrocephalus in Central Region. You're most welcome.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm eager to hear from you, to be honest. And then I have Barbara Chirabo, who happens to be a student with Makerere University and a youth with spinal bifida and hydrocephalus. Now, to begin with, I'll begin with the technical person here. Now, when we talk about spinal bifida,
yes, please,
and hydrocephalus, is it a disease? Would we call it a condition? You know, in talking issues of health, you must be very not to blunder. So what is this condition? I want to call it a condition.
Okay.
Yes.
You're right by saying it's a condition. It's called, it's a disability condition actually, because when you describe spina bifida, it's a neural tube defect or simply a backbone defect. It is a congenital condition, disability condition, whereby the child, it happens during pregnancy and it is seen after birth. So the child is already produced when the child has that spina bifida. Yes. And then hydrocephalus, it's also a disability condition. It's as a result of accumulation of too much fluid on the brain. We have the brain. The brain is made up of different cells. So these cells, they keep on producing a fluid that we call cerebral spinal fluid. This fluid has to be drained out of the brain and later into the other parts of the body and later out of the body in form of sweat or urine. But you'll find that a lot of the fluid that is produced by the brain cells is not let out and it keeps on accumulating. So when it accumulates, you'll find that it puts pressure, it puts pressure on the brain and later on you see an increase in the head size. So that is hydrocephalus. It's also a disability condition.
How big is this problem for Uganda or in Uganda? How many cases or something like this? We've had statistics.
Yeah. So in Uganda, between 600 and 800 children with 800 children are born with spina bifida in Uganda, that is annually. And then between 3,400 and 5,400, they are born with hydrocephalus condition in Uganda.
Every year?
Every year.
Oh.
Every year.
This is a big...
yes, it's increasing. It's on the rise. Yes.
Now, I have Chirabo here, my namesake. Happy to meet you, Chirabo.
Happy to meet you
too.
How
are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
How do you feel to be called Chirabo?
It's a pleasure because I believe I'm a blessing from God.
Definitely.
True.
I'm also called Chirabo.
Great.
And I'm blessed to have a Chirabo on set.
Blessed to have you too.
Now, briefly share with me your experience as a youth, you're at university with this condition.
To begin with, first of all, I thank God for I am what I am. My disability doesn't define me, and I believe it's all God's plan. Well, I've been through a lot, we face a lot, but nonetheless, we are still on the lane, and we believe by God's grace we shall make it As a person living with spina bifida and hydrocephalus, I've faced a lot. First of all, stigmatization, and second of all, it takes us hard to believe that it is the condition that we are living with. But regardless, that doesn't stop me to make me who I am. True. And I believe my disability is not stronger than my abilities. True.
I almost said amen. Well, now that bit of what you've been going through, now let's look at treatment, what you need to go about normal life. How is the situation like?
For treatment and how we go about with our normal life, we thank God who blessed us with an organization called Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus Association of Uganda. It's located in Wakaliga in Rubaga. It is led by Madam Ruth Naluja. Trust me, she's made our life so easy because we are able to access all services through her. We have doctors, we have counselors. So for that case of medication and social life, we are kinda sorted with that. True.
Now, coming back to you, Olive, how is the public? You work within these communities, you coordinate Central Region, a very big region, I must say.
Yes.
But what is the public's understanding and knowledge about spinal bifida and hydrocephalus?
Working with Katalema, we receive several parents, caregivers who come to the center to access the services, but many of them come with their different views. Some of them believe, let me say, for spina bifida, that it was as a result of witchcraft. That's why they ended up with a child with a sac, because sometimes spina bifida presents like a sac on the back, sometimes it's like a wound. So some of them believe it's as a result of witchcraft. Some of them think that the spirits from the clan, they were not happy, they were not amused, maybe they skipped some rituals. And then when it comes to hydrocephalus, some of them, when they come to Katalemwa, they tell us, I've taken time, because when it comes to Katalemwa as a when it comes to hydrocephalus as a disability condition, you have to be very fast to take the child for surgery. So in the process of interacting with them, when you ask them, why did you delay up to this time? Then they tell you, no, we thought maybe as I was pregnant, I skipped some charms, and they ended up affecting the child when they were still in the womb. What in local language they say etalo. So for them, that's what they think. So some of them come when they are thinking all that, they have the cow dung around the fontanelle, but we endeavor to health educate them that no, spina bifida, it's as a result of lack of adequate folic acid in the body when you were pregnant as a mother, and then hydrocephalus may be as a result of infections like from meningitis, tumors, and also spina bifida itself. Yes.
Now, that said, the public perception and understanding of these conditions. Now, this brings me back to Chirabo here. You talked about the various challenges that you've gone through. But let's also look at how the public, away from the expert speaking, perceives this from you. I want to get it from you.
Definitely, everyone has their own way of perceiving what they see. First of all, most of them will think it's witchcraft, and well, that's not, just like the expert explained it, it is because of enough folic acid in the body, and the condition happens 28 days after someone conceiving. So in any way or the other, we try our level best to change the mindset of the environment. But look, you cannot change everyone's mindset. So definitely we have tried our level best through advocacy, community drives, to prove the community that, look, what you perceive is not what exactly it is. It's not witchcraft, it's a normal condition, but not what they think it is. True.
Now also, let's look at the Because when you were explaining, I kind of felt that this can be prevented.
Yes.
Is it preventable?
Yes, it can be preventable. When we look at, let me say, spina bifida, spina bifida, because it's a congenital birth defect, so if the mother knows I'm in a relationship or my lifestyle is like this, you need to start taking enough of folic acid before conception, at least 1 month before conceiving. So that by that time, yes, I understand there is a challenge in Uganda whereby they get to know.
People get pregnant. You know, you have children by chance and children by choice. Now they have termed it planned kids.
Yes.
But I don't know how many women in Uganda planned that in the next 1 month I'm going to conceive and begin preparing. Even wedded will wake up a miracle. I think I'm pregnant, praise the name of the Lord. So, expert, let's continue.
So that's why we are trying our best together with Shout to create awareness so that you can prepare as a child if you're still in the age of childbearing as a female. And you know you're in a relationship, anytime you can conceive, it's better you prepare, it's better you plan, it's better you prepare yourself so that we can prevent what? Spina bifida.
So
it's
how
better,
do you prepare yourself? That is very important.
Yeah, at least 1 month before, start taking folic acid. This can be in form of what? Tablets. So I'm not saying that you go and start buying for yourself, but you can go to a health facility and discuss with a health worker. He or she will be able to provide or to prescribe for you the folic acid tablets. And then also folic acid can be found in different foods, most especially like the fruits, from avocado, jackfruits, pineapples. We have enough of folic acid. Even the greens, the vegetables, they have enough of folic acid. Maybe what we should emphasize is the preparation also, to remember that this folic acid is a vitamin B9. It can be lost in the water. It can also be lost on heat. So once, let me say, you're preparing the vegetables, it's better that you don't overwash, otherwise it will be lost in the water. And if it's like preparing, it's better you use steam instead of what? As in frying a lot, because it can easily be lost on heat. So preparation has to be put in consideration. I know it's not easy in Uganda because people get to know after 1 month, but that's why we are creating awareness so that people can start.
28 days.
Yes.
This situation happens after 28 days after you've conceived.
It happens within the first 28 days of pregnancy.
Okay.
So it's better you prepare 1 month before, so that your body as a female, as a childbearing female, you have enough of folic acid in the body before the child gets into the what? In the womb, before you conceive. But this backbone forms within the first 28 days of pregnancy. That is when the back is formed, when the child is in the womb. So it is better you take before it starts forming. So she's right when saying 28 days.
Well, our viewers, we are still discussing spinal bifida and hydrocephalus conditions, where we have said that annually we have huge numbers. You said hydrocephalus, you have how many?
Hydrocephalus, they are between 3,000, it's between 3,400 and then 5,400 children annually.
Every year. Yet this is something that we can't prevent if at all we have enough information. Now, you talked about access to treatment and all that. What is required? Just share your experience with that with us. Are there daily tablets? What is it that we refer to as treatment in this condition?
It is not necessary that we require daily treatment, maybe daily tablets or what, but there are equipment that we use on a daily. First of all, they're called catheters while doing the clean incontinent catheterization. As I said before, our organization provides that free of charge, plus Katalima Cheshire Home, it does so. We have oxybutynin that we use, and still it is also provided free of charge at our organization.
Okay, maybe here Olive may help me more. I won't talk about the treatment. Yes, she gave a bit of it, but we just want to understand, what does it take if a person, if you have a child who has been born with this situation.
Yes.
How can we make life better? I want to see all of them like Chirabo here with us, who has made it to university, very healthy, I must say, looking very gorgeous and wonderful.
Yes. So the first treatment is surgery. We emphasize that. Both for children spina bifida and then hydrocephalus. It's very important to rush the child for surgery. So after surgery, then rehabilitation comes in. Rehabilitation is in the form of physiotherapy, occupational therapy. You'll find that this spina bifida, as a result of spina bifida, the child's lower body extremity may be weak. The child may be incontinent. That's what Chirabo was talking about. They have the catheter they use to drain the urine out of their bladders. And then also when it comes to hydrocephalus, they delay with their physical and mental development. So it is very important after the surgery, because when it comes to hydrocephalus, there are two types of surgeries. There is what we call the shunt and another technique what we call ETV. So once the child is done with the surgery, they need to start on the rehabilitation, physiotherapy, occupational therapy, so that the child can be able to go through the developmental milestones. So also Chirabo, that's what she went through. It was first surgery, then we started her on physiotherapy, and this is how far she is now. Yes.
Now, we can say that these are provided free for these particular organizations. Katalemwa Shasha Home, I think for the time I've been in the media, they are doing a great job. I've covered a number of stories of what Katalemwa Shasha Home is doing. And also, I'm just learning of the organization. But when you look at government, do we have these in our health facilities? You know, is this treatment readily available? I have from NGOs and the likes of Katalemwa that are not so many.
The treatment, when it comes, let me say she talked about the catheters. Actually, they are not available. We just depend on donor support from out. They are the ones who provide the catheters to us. Even oxybutynin, we import from out, and then it packed at GMS. It's national medical stores. They pack it for us. So you'll find that in most of the health facilities, catheters, they are not there. We just depend on the donors. And their children are all over the country. Yes, because they have the gadgets as she talked about. We have the catheters. These catheters are used by children spina bifida to drain urine out of their bladder so that they can stay continent, they can be dry. And they do that at least 5 to 6 times in a day to remain dry. Actually, to help them also to keep their kidneys safe. That's the procedure they are not supposed to skip. It is called clean intermittent catheterization. And then they also have to do bowel washout, and that can be done once every day. The cones still, they are not in the country in Uganda. We still depend on the donors to have them be brought in Uganda. Yes.
Oh, I feel for a child very far away from how they can access this treatment. And here I want to bring in Chirabo. Chirabo, you're within the central region. Have you access, or do you get to share about what other people in this condition go through? How do they manage? Because you may be privileged, I must say. But what about the rest?
At least I've gotten in touch with a variety, because look, as I talked about it earlier, we have a center, but it's a center, like it's a house of hope. So parents come in with their children. Of course, most of them come with a traumatized, as in they have never seen this in their life. It's one of a kind. But look, when they come to us, they find us, the grown-ups, they kind of feel fine. They kind of feel okay. We take them through what it takes, how our parents made it to bring us this far. And nonetheless, still, we have a toll-free where those who are not able to come, they make calls and inquire about the condition.
So, like on daily basis, how many parents come to this center if you are in the know?
It ranges from 5 to 8.
And this takes me back to Olive. You said this is a situation that manifests after a child is born. Now, addressing it is before someone conceives. But at what stage should someone rush for treatment? Because you know, babies are usually complicated, you may not, but at what stage? What is that stage where parents should be very keen? Or what are those that they should look out for? I'll give you a brief example. I come from a family that has sickle cells. I'm a carrier of sickle cells. But sometimes when a child is born in our family, we get confused. You will not immediately know that this child has sickle cells. Sometimes it takes us some time. And that is when you are able to look at the swellings, continuous crying, and then no, let's do a test. You see, so for this particular disease.
Yes, for hydrocephalus, when you notice the signs like increased head size, associated with pronounced veins on the head, then there is what we call the sun-setting eyes. You see the whitish part, you start seeing it, and then the blackish part of the eye coming down. We call it sun-setting eye. A sun-setting eye. Then you also start noticing the child vomiting. If the child is breastfeeding, may stop breastfeeding. If the child was able to go through the milestones, let me say had reached the stage of standing and taking some steps, you'll find the child is no longer doing that. So when you notice that, as in those signs, it is very important that you rush the child with hydrocephalus to the neuro doctor or to the surgeon for an operation. Because they'll have to do the CT scan first, but once you notice those signs, you have to go very fast. There are some parents actually who used to say, no, my child has just an increased head size. No, this is not what? Hydrocephalus. But in combination with all those signs, not only the head size, but in combination of other signs that I mentioned, the pronounced veins, the sun-setting eyes, vomiting, some of them will start even developing as in fits. You have to rush for what? For surgery. And then for spina bifida, I've seen children, they are operated within the first 2 days or 3 days. They are operated once you give birth to a child with the sac or the wound on the back. It's very fast to rush to the surgeon. Because once it opens, that sac, once it opens, the germs may enter and the infections will be traveled up to the brain and the child may end up what? Dying. Actually, I also forgot to explain about hydrocephalus. Once you delay also when the child's head size is increasing and all those signs are showing, the pressure will be put on the brain and the child may end up with a brain damage as well. The child will have been worked upon very fast by doing a surgery. You'll find the child will, who would have been able to go through the milestones very well if at all early intervention was done. You'll find the child unable even to take steps, unable to go to school like Chirabo, unable to perform the activities of daily living independently because the brain was damaged, secondary to delay in taking the child for intervention. Yes.
So, well, our viewers, that is the reason we are here to create awareness regarding spinal bifida and hydrocephalus. For you to understand, one, this is a health condition. It has nothing to do with being bewitched or spirits or anything. Two, to know that it can be prevented. Like Oliver said here, that a woman, if you're in that childbearing age, it doesn't take so much folic acid even if you're to buy them. At least I have been seen when my better half is pregnant. It is a must. But now for us, we are saying before pregnancy, you must prepare. And I don't want to only talk about the women. Yes, you're going to carry this child. But fellow men watching this program this morning, you are going to be a father. Join this because there's so much campaign that we've led for the women. There's so much, and the men would think, by the end of the day, it catches up with both of you. This is going to be your child. You'll be the person looking for the money sometimes. So I love it when we say men and women of childbearing age, that we ensure we plan, we avoid such incidents. But the good thing is also, when we hurry, we can ensure that we have these children like the precious Chirabo I have in studios this morning. She's at Makerere University and she has gone through school very well, I must say, because at least this was addressed very, very early. Now, coming back to you, Chirabo, many a times you find that the people with such conditions tend to despise themselves, sometimes give up on life. What message do you have for a young girl, a young boy who is having this condition, and what has been that has pushed you to conquer life and excel so far?
Definitely at times, okay, at times we do despise ourselves. You sit and you're like, God, okay, why me? Why me of all people in the world? Why would you choose me? But I believe he chose us for the good. I always have a verse that takes me through. It is Isaiah 60:22. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it. I believe he created me for a reason, and he has better plans for me. So my fellow youth that are out there despising themselves, trust me, you can make it. It's not that I've fully made it, but I'm proud of myself because it's not everyone's achievement. I'm proud of who I am, and I believe better things are coming my way. So my fellow youth, stay on your lane, maintain your word, maintain the spirit. God is with us and he will lead us through.
And please also add on that Romans 8:28 that says all things happen for the good of those who love God, those whom he called according to his purpose. Well, it is Good Morning Uganda, and we are still looking at spinal bifida and hydrocephalus. How best can we ensure that we reduce these cases, that we avoid the huge numbers that every year we register of children being born with this disease? But also, how do we ensure that in case it happens, how do we prevent this disease from affecting these children? She talked about surgery, but also getting the public to understand that this has got nothing, totally nothing, to do with witchcraft, to do with bad luck, to do with anything of that kind. It's a healthy condition that can be prevented, that can be, we can have ways of making life better for those that definitely have this condition. What would be your appeal to government, Chirawo?
To the government, first of all, I would like to thank the government of Uganda for it has partly had our alarm and it has partly come to our rescue. We would like to encourage the government to add in advocacy in different hospitals, because first of all, in some hospitals, you go to a hospital just because you have spina bifida, just because you have hydrocephalus, and like, you know what, no, your hospitals are Molago, your hospitals are Cure in Mbale, and look, I've come with malaria. Okay, first address what I have before you think about my condition. Yes, it's a condition, but still, I to go under different normal diseases. So they should add, like, they should, how can I phrase this? They should advocate this, as in, look, yes, we have spina bifida and hydrocephalus, but still we suffer different diseases like malaria. So in case I come to hospital, just do not chase me away to go to our specific hospitals because you think you cannot handle me. Listen to me, take what it takes and address my issue. So the government should encourage its doctors. Well, it's not known to everyone, to every doctor, but it should encourage its doctors that, look, it's not this, but it's this.
Well said. Coming back to Olive, you've been in this. What appeal would you have for government regarding hydrocephalus and spinal bifida treatment and, of course, the condition?
Okay. So, like Chiraba said, I also begin by thanking the government because I know there are some gaps that are there, but it has also helped in some other ways. For example, in providing structures for us so that we can be able to work on the children. Let me say, if we are to go to Mubende, because not all children can be traveling to come to Kampala for the services, at least the government provides for us the structures and we work with the facilities there. When it comes to Mubende, when you're in Mubende, work with Mubende Regional Hospital. When you're in Chiboga, we work with Chiboga Hospital or Hoima Regional Referral Hospital once we are in different districts. So we thank the government for that. But maybe my appeal is to have the services, because I talked about only actually under treatment I talked about only surgery, but also there is also the other part of treatment which we call rehabilitation, which is almost the lifetime of the child with spina bifida and hydrocephalus. I forgot to mention about it. So my appeal to the government is to have the rehabilitation services decentralized. We have a lot, let me say in Molago, you'll find physiotherapy section there, occupational therapy. But once you go to other districts away from the central region, you'll find that our rehabilitation services are limited, are lacking. So if the government can help in decentralizing these services so that much of the children with hydrocephalus and spina bifida can receive them, it will help to improve on the quality of their lives later on.
Well, as we get out of here, Chirabu, what is your last word to the viewer?
As we conclude, I would like to thank UBC for hosting us. Well, I'll phrase this in Luganda. Mumukwano mungi mwetwajira. Do not discriminate us. Yes, you notice you have gotten a child with spina bifida and hydrocephalus. Embrace them. We go through a lot. It takes us a lot to admit that we are what we are. So, just like I said, mumukwano mungi mwetwajira. The love you had before, maintain it. Keep us going, and all will be well. I thank Madam Ruthina Luja, the National Coordinator of Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus Association of Uganda, for she's become a second mother from another grandmother. She's been in this journey with us. She has encouraged us. She has pushed us far, and we are proud of her. As I conclude, I send greetings to my beloved mother, Mrs. Baguma Jacqueline. I know she's watching me. I'm so proud of her. All goes to her, and I pray, may God strengthen me to keep me alert until I make her smile. Greetings to my father and my siblings.
Well, thank you so much for turning up and being that courageous to say, I will be a role model. I will push for this. Indeed, your fruits of love. So let them maintain that love that was there before. Olive, okay, yes?
One thing I've forgotten, in case you want to inquire about spina bifida and hydrocephalus, we have a toll free. It is 0800 14 14 14.
0800 14 14 14.
Yes.
A quick one to easily cram. Yes, Olive, as we wind up.
Okay, as in my last words, okay. Maybe going to the childbearing females first, that prevention, it's better than later on curing, because it's very expensive. Once you've given birth to a child with spina bifida hydrocephalus, rehabilitation, it's not cheap at all. So it is better you prevent. Take enough of folic acid, go for that natal checkup, feed on the balanced diet, so that you can we can try to reduce the risk of giving birth to a child with spina bifida or hydrocephalus. And then once you've given birth to a child, once you've given already birth to a child with spina bifida or hydrocephalus, that's not the end of it all. These children really turn out to be, as in to have an improved quality of life once you provide the right treatment, surgery, and then the rehabilitation. And also a note of appreciation to UBC for giving us this avenue to create awareness about spina bifida and hydrocephalus. Thank you very much.
Well, on the 25th of this very month, it is we globally celebrate the International Hydrocephalus and Spinal Bifida Day. And this time, I think the theme is on accessibility for all, to ensure that children with hydrocephalus and spinal bifida have access to all that we do have. Well, we can prevent this. Let's focus on preventing. We can treat this. Let's treat it. This has nothing to do with witchcraft, bad luck. It is a situation, a condition that happens during formation of the child. So childbearing mothers, childbearing fathers, I want to put it that way. Let's ensure that we prepare and ensure that we do not have these cases on an increase. Together we can reduce these cases. The numbers are still high that are born every year. See you in the next hour. Ruben will be here to take you through sports updates. Good morning.
Amazina gange ndetibona Kiranda Amina mu kampani eya WIB Uganda Limited ndi member. Wemba member kampani eno weyeida twalinga tutuli bulungi ng'abakyala ab'ewakawaka. Ng'abakyala ab'ewakawaka tuwemeera ku baami baife nga bonkana abajjamu nanda nga twiddi nti abakyala tebakozesa ki nanda. UN Women weyeida yatuteekateeka yatwegesa okulunda engege ng'abakyala. Twatandika beeno okudulunda n'okudiriisa n'okolaki twafunamu ng'abakyala ababujiri district. Abakyala ababujiri district sofa tuli abakyala 14 abakola project eya WIB. Abakyala 14 twayawula mu sectors. Mulimu abakyala ba production abaliisa, mwaba abakyala ba validation abongera engege omutindo bayongerako omutindo, twaba n'abakyala ba harvesting abaharvestinga, twaba n'abakyala abakola aba marketing. Sector donna diri trained era didi kyedikola ki kyedikola. Project eno tufunyemu ng'abakyala. Government yaife ne ya Uganda njebaza okujja kujanga batulingirira mu ng'abakyala abana Uganda eri kujanga eturobingira ebibiina bingi. We have UWEB, Parish Development Model, we have Myoga. Byonna biri kwida muki mu bakyala oba mu bantu abaki aba Uganda.
UBC is the National Public